Hi guys, this is Skittflash here, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network 5. In the last part, we didn't really do much. It wasn't that, exciting of a first part, I must admit. We helped our mom with an errand. I will honestly say this is a story that I play more for. This is a game that I play more for the story than the gameplay. I'm absolutely in love with the gameplay. If that wasn't perfectly clear yet, which is why I'm playing it. But the story is an interesting story too. If you just pay, I'll try to pay more attention to it than I am. This is Dex. He's our best friend rival. He's the operator of Gutsman because you know how cool Gutsman is. But yes, I will try to be paying attention to the story. This is actually a re-recording. I recorded the first 4 parts, and then I realized I don't know what I'm even talking about. I'm explaining things like up the wazoo, but I'm not I don't know. Maybe I just needed to re-record it because I need to get my bearings. Again, it's been forever since I've actually started a new Let's Play. To be perfectly honest, so maybe I'm just a newbie about that. But we need to talk to all our friends. This is Yai. I have no idea what she's about. She's the rich girl. She's the rich friend we have. So that's nice. She's in the same grade as us, which is weird. Make sure also you examine this little furnace thing and make sure you turn it on. That will be useful for later. I haven't had to use my strategy guide yet. Just everything I'm doing right now is on memory. But it is there are a lot of secrets to this game, so it's be nice. Make sure you explore everything, like how we're going into all our friends' computers and stealing all their stuff, because that's what best friends do. Right now we go into all their computers, take all this stuff. This is Mayo. This is our love interest, best friend, girl next door. They both like each other, but won't tell each other. You know, the classic story. I'm pretty sure we go on a date with her in the 4th game, so it's that much official at least. Yeah. Again, it's sort of weird. I must admit, it is kind of weird just starting the series on the 5th game. But again, the 5th one is my absolute favorite. I love the 5th game. It's probably the one I grew up with, honestly. It's the first game I played, so it's the first one I like. Again, as I've stated before, you don't necessarily have to play all the other games. And sorry if I'm not actually paying attention to the story. I just said I should be paying more attention to the story, but I'm totally not. Right now, yeah, Dex was doing maintenance with Gutsman, and I will admit that is fun. You doing all the chip planning and all the stuff that you can do with Mega Man that we'll be doing later. But yeah, so we have to gather all our friends to go to our dad's workplace. Our dad in this game is a genius scientist or something, top scientist in the nation. But this is Scilab, the place where he works. When you go into a new area, you want to examine everything and you want to try to jack into everything, because more often than not, there's something that you think you wouldn't be able to jack into that you totally can. If you examine this statue, it probably says yo, you can jack into this, man. We got HP memory. Is that really what we wanted? Again, usually there is always something in these areas, like goodies we can get. Blue access memory is what I'm trying to say. That will help us in the future, so make sure you access all these areas. And yes, copy, as you can see, copy damage is the best chip, and it will, as I've stated numerous times before, carry us to victory. So make sure, you actually do this. The whole reason we're actually scanning these things with such, diligence is because we want something that will make, copy damage even better, so to speak. Not really necessarily better. You'll see what I mean when I get there. But yes, make sure you work on full synchrono attacks because, double damage is really useful. It speeds things up, makes battles that would normally take long, not long. Who would have thought? So we're going to Scilab again. This is the story. Mega Man got called up by his dad to do stuff, and the music stops, so you know shit's gonna get real. And it's a car, a black car, sinister, isn't it? That's a very old-fashioned car for the future. Yeah, I haven't mentioned that, have I? This is the future. Everything's all technological and sci-fi, but it's the past future, which is always hilarious to view, how years back viewed the future. This is the terminal comp. I don't know if there's anything useful in here. I mean, there obviously is. There's probably something like HP memory if I had to guess. No, a bug fragment. That's kind of useless, actually. Bug fragments are an alternate form of currency. Later in the game, you can buy stuff with bug fragments. Nothing too useful. Again, try to work on mastering the counter hits for those cannons, because the more counter hits you can, like, the more enemies that you know how to counter hit, the faster the battles are gonna go, and the less I'll actually have to cut out, because I'll try to only cut out things if they take forever, but that's just how it is. So again, examine everywhere. Right now we have 9 megabytes of memory. That's something we've been picking up so far. Like, for example, if you examine this trash can, you get one more megabyte of memory. Now we have 10, so we actually want to get 12 instantly. That's our goal so far right now. We'll probably be doing that the next opportunity we have. But for now, back to the normal story. This is our dad, Dr. Hikari. I think he's a descendant of Dr. Light or something. I don't know too much about the overarching story, to be perfectly honest, but I think that might be a thing, in which case that's just hilarious. Or he might not. It might be his own original Hikari. The Hikaris are... Oh, Hikari means light. That just occurred to me. But yes, so this is, again, a spin-off of the Mega Man series, so all the characters, like all the robot masters you'll be finding in this series as Navis. So, and he needs his ID. So again, the story isn't too, like, captivating and gripping, but it is nice. It is a fun little thing to pay attention to. Again, this is more about a gameplay Let's Play than anything else. And that's what I've decided. Again, like, I was thinking of a short game to play, but, like, each one I never really knew. I had to practice it, like, to crap. But this game, I'm confident that this is a game I don't necessarily need to practice, like, a whole ton to be decent at, because, again, I've played this quite a lot. And a group of Navis have infiltrated the net. Oh no, that's not good. And the speaker guy is getting attacked. That's even worse. And a very, very, very slow-moving bomb and incompetence when it comes to recording. That's the last straw. What is that? It's a grenade. We're all dead. No, it's just smoke gas. It could have been worse. I mean, this is an E-rated game, I think. It might be E10. I don't even know if that rating existed when this game came out. It's a fairly old game, as you can tell by the dated future. And Lan's all in the corner. That's a key point. No one can see him, as you can see. So there's people invading. Don't actually know that Lan's here. Very, very interesting. And these are evil guys, obviously. They look evil. So they're obviously evil, because that's how profiling works. Dr. Hikari, gas concentration. Okay. So yeah, they're wearing gas masks, so they're even more intimidating, as you all know. But this is Regal. Dr. Regal. He was the antagonist of the 4th game. And the antagonist of this game, I'm pretty sure he is the son of Dr. Wily, as far as story goes. Anything that happened in the previous games, I will be talking about this game. I don't know why you'd be so concerned about spoilers in this game. Again, the story isn't exactly the biggest, draw of this game, but it is just be aware that is something I will be, covering. But anywho, so they took all our friends' pets, which is bad because that's where their navies rest. And why isn't Lan here? That's a great question. Why did his dad call his friends but not him to hang out? You're not gonna actually question that, you genius mad scientist, you know? You're just gonna leave it. You're not even gonna check the actual corner where Lan is. Well, that's more convenient for us, because if they stole our pets, if they stole Mega Man, then this wouldn't be a game, now would it? This would just be, I don't know, Lan doing stuff. Lan wakes up. Okay, so it was all a bad dream? No, we've been asleep for 3 days. That's not good at all. That's a long time. So Dad was kidnapped by Regal. It just occurred to me now that's such a, like, that's such a cliche. My dad got kidnapped by bad men, now I had to save them. That is literally straight out of a fanfiction. I read a fanfiction that's like that. Pokemon Dark Rising. It's a ROM hack, actually, that I've been playing recently. But yes. Oh, yes. Mega Man actually calls our dad Dad. That's a big point. I'll talk about that later when it's more relevant. But right now we gotta gather info. And everyone's lost their pets so that we can't... So, Roll, Glide, and Gutsman aren't gonna be too useful this game. They were more useful in the other games, but again, because they're kidnapped, we're not gonna be seeing very much of them. So keep in mind, as best friends as we are, we're not gonna talk to them too much. I didn't talk about this last time, but this is the internet. This is their depiction of the internet, actually. It's, again, pretty dated. There's no image boards. There's no YouTube. There's no cats everywhere. So it's what the internet was envisioned to be in maybe like 2006. No, definitely not 2006. I think the DS was out by that time. 2004, maybe. That's my guess. I could have just checked the title. That'd be a really easy to think. Nothing's different, though. Everything's just a redder tint. I guess you could say that's, oh no, everything's red now. It's all evilness, I suppose. Warning, this area has been commanded by an unknown group. Everything's red. That's literally the only difference. I mean, yeah, that literally is the only difference. The enemies aren't different. You're going to be fighting the exact same enemies. How much money do we have? And how can I talk more slowly? Because that has been a very big problem. I need to slow my roll, for the love of God. So swords, as you might have noticed, are very useful chips. As you can see, the problem with swords, the big problem with swords, is that they only attack the front row, which means that I can't really attack anybody but this metal in front with those swords, which becomes a problem. Fun little fact about metals, though, is that they attack in turns, as you might notice. So, like, one will attack and then the other will attack, and, like, the others won't move until, like, the other attacks. So you'll never, so again, all the enemies do have like a certain, like an AI to them. So if you learn how they, like, you know, if you learn their attack patterns, that will help you all the more. We got recovered plus 10. I typically don't like to use recovered chips because I never really need recovered chips. But if we have a wild card, a star card, stars are probably the best, you know, code. Typically, star chips aren't exactly too powerful because a super powerful chip that was star coded that'd just be OP, of course. But if we have a star code that we can replace a normal coded with, then yes. Again, as I've stated before, the more streamlined your chip folder is, the better. But yes, again, just think about things here. We do 60 damage with this thing that normally does 20 damage. So again, by using full synchrono and leech strats, we can actually do more damage than we normally would be doing. Which is the whole draw of this game, I suppose. Do we have any money? No, we still don't have money. I just checked at this part. So anywho's, this is a heal Navi. These guys are typically evil. They're mostly always evil. I guess that's real. That is profiling, though. They're not all evil, you know. I mean, some of them can be good, I think. Oh wow, I didn't realize we can use all 5 chips. That's rarely a thing that happens, actually. Oh, no, and bomb chips. Let me be one to say that I just do not like bomb chips. They're useful in, like, for stationary enemies, but more often than not, you know, when enemies aren't stationary, it becomes very problematic. You have to kind of trick it out, make sure you aim properly. But they typically do a lot of damage, and that's what their draw is. 50 isn't that much, but there are later bomb chips that do even more. But yes, these are guys usually evil. I think there are some instances where they're actually not evil, which is always funny because you just assume those guys are evil just because of profiling. Yeah. And they're saying this shield is, you know, powered by dark energy, so we can't break it with our Mega Buster. That's a very good excuse. And not only is the internet all messed up, but the Scilab has been infiltrated, so that's bad. That's not good at all. But we have to go without Mom knowing. the struggle of being a 4th grader. Letters or mail. Typically when we get mail, it's just kind of the in-story mail. Some of the mail is actually useful. So, hey Mom, I'm gonna hang out with Dex, and we're not gonna go anywhere dangerous. We're lying to our mothers. Oh my gosh. Lan is so edgy and cool. So yes, Mail, what's up? Again, all these characters are kind of based, their names are puns off of technology stuff, like Mail, and Lan, and Dex, and I don't know what Yai is, but I'm sure that's a pun on something. And we got our first Mega Chip. That's fantastic, and the mail code. I will be yeah, we could do that before we end off the part. Let's just replace it with something we don't need. For example, Crackout. I don't really use Crackout chips. Again, you can only have 30 chips at once. I don't know when I got this mini bomb blank, but again, if you have like replace mini bomb blank is much better than mini bomb B in terms of streamlinedness. So make sure you always try and do that when you get the chance. But yeah, so that's about all we're going to be doing in this part. In the next part, we will probably be... What are you doing by my tree, man? Oh, shitting in the shade. Okay, well, that's nice. In the next part, we will be taking back Scilab, maybe. But until then, this has been Skittflash. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Bye!